indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'm going to ask Mr. King to handle with the new employees for me this evening. Bob, you mind doing that? Let me just make an announcement. We've had a tragedy today in the city of North Charleston and the surrounding areas. They're closing 8 Burger Kings. 8 Burger Kings are closing, including the one on Rivers. Burger King was founded in 1953, and they've had some financial troubles lately. And I grew up after football practice getting a Whopper. And I want you to know, at roughly 5 o'clock today, I went by and got my last Whopper from the one at Center Point. But worse than them closing is the way it was done. The lady at the window today had no idea until she heard it on TV that she was losing her job. And if that's their management style, maybe they deserve to close. Okay. I just need to get that off my chest, Mr. King.
Okay, it's our policy to recognize all our new employees, and we're going to do that tonight. And it's something we started several years ago, and it worked out fine for us. So I'm going to call your name, and we'll let you come up here and stand here, and we'll welcome you. David Allen, a police officer. Brian Fowler, police officer. Kyle Long, police officer. Jason Modzane, is that pretty close? Police officer. Brian Mitchell, police officer. Stuart Patel, police officer. Michael Thomas, police officer. Zachary Thompson, police officer. Ashley Goodnight, CSO 2. Nicole Fontaine. Fontaine, is that pretty close? CSO. Okay. Hey, folks, it's our policy that the council, in behalf of the mayor and the council, I want to certainly welcome you as the team North Charleston. We work as a team here throughout the whole city, and we always are proud of our employees and the work they do for us, because you're the first line of defense for us. If you turn around and look at the council here, these are the people that approve your budget, your salaries, and all that kind of stuff, all the good benefits we got. And they're the ones that, and we work on that all the time, and we continue to do that. And, one thing we do in North Charleston, we take care of our employees. And so it's good to you that you join a team of people that cares about you, and they're just not a number with us. You're an individual, and we appreciate you. And we have a good team here, so you can turn around and face the audience. These are the people you're going to be serving, and they will welcome you in your communities. And we have some good communities that you can go in and make a difference in the community, and we appreciate it very much. So I welcome you to the city of North Charleston and the team effort that we're going to put forward. Thank you. Y'all do not have to stay.
Mr. King.
If you want to leave.
If you notice, one of our new officers is growing a beard. That's not standard procedure for us, but in honor of raising money for cancer victims, the officers that wish to not shave for a month can pay $20. And we increased it to 2 months this year, and most of them fell in for it. So they're paying $40 not to have to shave for 2 months. So after that, you'll hear some hollering and screaming as they shave for the first time in 2 months. But it's all for charity, and I'm just real proud of the involvement that the police officers have jumped in and done to help us raise the money.
Is anybody here representing Messinona? This is a asbestos-related cancer that you serve. Would you come up, please? Welcome, sir. Madam Clerk, would you read the proclamation, please?
Yes, sir. Proclamation, whereas mesothelioma is an aggressive asbestos-related cancer that affects the linings of the lungs, abdomen, heart, and other organs. And whereas the heavy use of asbestos in manufacturing, industry, and construction has been recognized as the worst occupational health disaster in U.S. history. And whereas asbestos was used in the construction of virtually all office buildings, public schools, and homes built before 1975. And whereas a high percentage of all mesothelioma victims were exposed to asbestos on naval ships and in shipyards, including in North Charleston, South Carolina. Whereas this is now believed to include many of the firefighters, police officers, and rescue workers from Ground Zero on 9/11/01. And whereas exposure to asbestos for as little as 1 month can result in mesothelioma 30 years later. And whereas because of occupational Navy service-related households or even incidental exposures and the very long litany of the disease, tens of millions of Americans are now at risk for developing mesothelioma. And whereas for decades, the need for research to develop effective treatments for mesothelioma was overlooked. And whereas the result of this neglect is that the treatments available today generally only limited effect, and most patients die with only 12 to 15 months from diagnosis. And whereas the establishment